everyone, it's Momomochi, and today we are going back to the basics and learning about the writing systems used in Japanese. Whether you've been learning Japanese for a while or are just getting started, this will be helpful information for you to know as you move through your studies and further improve your knowledge of Japanese. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to learn more about Japanese language and fun times traveling around Japan. If you have something you want to learn in Japanese, please let me know in the comments. So to get started, let's identify what the writing systems are and what they are used for. First up is the most basic one, hiragana. This is likely the first writing system you will be taught in a traditional classroom setting when learning Japanese. Hiragana and its characters are the basic foundation of syllables and pronunciation in Japanese language. Contrary to the Roman alphabet, where different letters are combined to make different sounds, characters in hiragana represent one syllabic sound on their own. Japanese words are made up of groups of these syllabic sounds. There is a total of 46 sounds in hiragana, each represented by a character. For example, sawaru. This word is made up of characters representing sa, wa, and ru. If you've just begun your Japanese language learning journey, I highly recommend learning hiragana as soon as possible. It will help you tremendously in your pronunciation and with kanji later on. Now, let's talk about katakana. The good news about learning katakana is that the pronunciation and the syllables are the exact same as hiragana. The characters look a little different, but they do work the same way. Some characters even look the same as their hiragana counterparts. That said, this is not a system you can skip learning because it is still used in daily Japanese writing. You will see katakana used on buildings, in text, frequently on social media, and in manga and anime. Katakana is mainly used to transcribe words that are not of Japanese origin. They are often used for foreign names as well. I like to think of them as a way of phonetically writing foreign words in Japanese. For example, the Japanese word for television is actually terebi, and the word for hotel is hoteru. These are types of words you would write with katakana, though katakana does have other uses in Japanese. On occasion, you may even see actual Japanese words written in katakana. A lot of sushi menus will actually have the type of sushi written in katakana on the menu. You may also see it used for stylistic purposes in manga and in TV advertisements. Next, I want to talk about modifiers. As you can see from this basic chart of hiragana, you have almost all the syllabic sounds to build words. But where are the sounds for G and B? And how do I write the word for Pikachu when there are no P sounds? There are actually smaller characters you can add to existing hiragana and katakana to make new sounds. There are two modifiers you can use, maru and tenten. All you have to do is add the modifier to the right side of the character. They both work similarly, but they create different sounds depending on the character. By adding maru to hi, you can create the sound pi. In the same way, you can add maru to ha and create the sound pa. Maru works this way for this entire line of those characters. All the other additional sounds are created using the modifier tenten. Adding tenten to ka, ki, ku, ke, ko becomes ga, gi, gu, ge, go. Adding tenten to sa, shi, su, se, so becomes za, ji, zu, ze, zo. Adding tenten to ta, chi, tsu, te, to becomes da, ji, zu, de, do. Adding tenten to ha, hi, hu, he, ho then becomes ba, bi, bu, be, bo. Before we move on to kanji, I want to talk about romaji. Romaji is not one of the Japanese writing systems. This is simply a romanization of Japanese. For example, instead of seeing manga written like this, you see it written as this. This is romanization and where the word romaji actually comes from, literally meaning Roman character. Romaji can definitely be helpful in the beginning stages of Japanese or for somebody who's never learned the language before and is traveling abroad or reading about Japanese. However, if you are just beginning to learn Japanese, it's okay to use Romaji to assist you, but I strongly encourage you to move on from Romaji as soon as possible and start reading and learning Japanese through hiragana and the other Japanese writing systems. Relying on Romaji throughout your studies will likely slow you down. Finally, let's talk about kanji. Rather than using syllabic characters to spell out a word, kanji are made up of icons that represent full or partial words or meanings. You can combine different kanji and create different words or meanings depending on which ones you combine together. If we take this kanji, which means sky, and this kanji, which means harbor, we actually get the word for airport. Most kanji even have multiple readings per their icon, and those readings can change depending on which other kanji they're combined with. You may be wondering, why do I need to learn kanji if I can just write the entire sentence in hiragana anyway? While that would still work a majority of the time, as you continue learning more Japanese and reading more Japanese, you will start to see how hiragana easily blends together in a sentence of Japanese. However, if you're reading an entire paragraph and all of it is written in hiragana, you might find it difficult to discern the context without using any of the kanji. Many Japanese words are spelled the same in hiragana, but have different kanji with different meanings. I like to think of it as being able to see where the words start and end when using kanji in a paragraph full of hiragana. There's a lot more to kanji and how they work, but I hope this provides you with a basic explanation of kanji and how it works with the other Japanese writing systems. Let's review what we've learned so far. All three Japanese writing systems can actually be used together in the same sentence. Here are a few examples using all three writing systems.
チケットをなくしました。バイトを辞めたいんですよ。ケーキを作ってあげる。
So I know that was a lot of information, but I hope that this will help you when studying Japanese, whether you've just started learning or are deep into the intermediate level. Remember that it's important to have the basics down first and to go at your own pace when learning a new language. If you have any questions, please leave them in a comment below and let me know what you want to learn next. Don't forget to subscribe for more Japanese language tips and traveling around Japan. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!